At the end of 2023, I made an ugly vertical short form video. I had some footage on my phone from my day with a 911 Carrera RS, and I made a declarative statement about it being the best door close sound, and I posted it here and on Instagram. On YouTube, as a short, it got 11,000 views in a day, which is a lot for me. And then it pretty much disappeared from YouTube, which is fine. But on Instagram, where I posted it as a reel, it got hundreds of thousands of views and a lot of comments. Most of the internet came together. The internet united to tell me I'm wrong. I had to know this was a possibility. I mean, I posted it because I thought it might have the crossover appeal of exotic cars, and it's a story that can be told in 15 seconds that relies on sound and visuals. And I clearly was aiming for some internet traction because I even put the dumb one word at a time subtitles over it, thinking that might help it go viral. And that probably did. But I truly expected it only to be seen by a bunch of Porsche nerds who would mostly agree with me and move on. But a more mainstream audience found this video and gave me some feedback, so I would like to share some of those comments and respond to a few. So let's have a look. G-Wagon, yes. I'm aware the G-Wagon sounds very vault-like. G-Wagon owns the best sound. G-Wagon sounds pretty good too. G-Wagon, G-Class, G-Wagon, G63. Got it. What I find good about that 993 door close is it's not the thunkness of it, not the vault like, because it isn't that. It's that there's this like thrum, this harmonic sound that resonates like after the door closes, and it's like a guitar string, and I think that's very cool, and just there's like a tightness to it. It's not the heaviest door. I didn't say this is the heaviest door. What else do we have? 928. Never heard anything great about a 928, basically in any regard, but two people said 928 even better. 928 far better door close noise. Now if you look, both of these people have 928s in their profile, so consider the source. A lot of people named alternatives. This one's actually really cool. I remember my uncle's Bentley 1935 3.5 liter sports saloon. Them doors sounded beautiful when closing them. You don't slam them, you shut them closed. That sounds very cool. I want to see a video on that. I'll record it. 1969 Camaro, 92 Fox body, Range Rover Classic. 914 actually isn't horrible. Not horrible. That's the bar now. I'm saying something's the best, and I'm wrong. And you're saying, this is not horrible. 1992 F-150, first gen Taurus show. I showed this to my friend and he said that door close has got to be multi-syllabic. Modern day Dodge Charger, best at least for American cars. You do you, man. I love old heavy doors like on New Yorkers and stuff like that. Why am I censoring? Yeah, that's good. Fox body coupes. Miata, hear me out. My Bentley had a soft closed doors. Never looked back. E46 coupe. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. My 1979 Mustang. Older 50s American cars sound the best. Yes, the heaviest door close sound, I have no doubts. Dude, just close the rear door of a Civic. We're doing rear doors now. The rear door's better. Old Mini. My Audi A4. 4Runner. RX-7 FB. A Bentley. The door on my Caprice doesn't sound too bad either. You never seen an Argentinian Ford Falcon. Most satisfying door closing sound. I believe you. I believe you. I've never seen one. You were right. BMW for sure. Saab 900. GMC Sierra. Try an old Land Cruiser. Just try one. You've probably never driven one. Let me educate you. Citroen C6. Underrated. I bet it is. A Mint S14. Ever heard of a Holden Commodore? Jeep doors. Has no one heard old BMW doors closing? They sound like closing a vault. What about 718? Not sure about that one. Old square bodies and F-150s. I cannot be alone. K20 square body, square body, square body, Wrangler, half door. SC400 with the 70-pound doors. Best closing sound I ever heard was an EF Civic sedan trunk. You just drop it and it makes a click. 914, Hilux. You've never closed the door on a 1989 Camry, and it shows. 997, much more solid. I'm gonna take issue with this one. I'm saying no one is wrong. This guy's wrong. Cars with frameless windows usually sound like crap when you close the door because you've got nothing holding the window, so you hear a lot of window rattling. I mean, more modern stuff, they've refined it, it's better. 997, it's the exact same door as a 996 and a Boxster. No, it's my buddy's 1990s Nissan Sentra. Opel Kadett. Audi 5-cylinder turbo. 1955 356 Speedster. Makes these sound like nails on a chalkboard. I misread this at first. I thought he was saying, it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. No way. Any Corvette made before 1969 has the best sound. Look it up. I've driven a few. The whole car is made of fiberglass, and it also has frameless windows. So I'm going with no. Wrong. BMW E30. 1967 Mustang. Can't beat solid steel. Some of these were confusing to me. Some people were confused. Must admit, I never saw the fascination with this. 3 fax machine emojis. I had to look this up because I'm old and I didn't know that he's saying fax. So he agrees with me. So put this in the very small pile of people that agreed. There are many ways to close a door to get the right sound, but slamming it isn't it. So I didn't close this door right. I need to work on that. Do I sound defensive? Here to throw the Series 1 aluminum door Lancia Fulvia into the chat. G-Wagon has entered the chat. Trabant and Wartburg entered the chat. Trabant. Every Merc from before the late 90s has entered the chat. Actually, 260Z just entered the chat. 2004 Toyota Corolla enters the chat. Rolls-Royce has entered the chat. Guys, the chat. It's getting full. It's getting crowded in here. Some people were funny, or at least I took them to be funny, and I thought these were great. Like 1996 Ford F-150 with a loose side view mirror. Slamming my F-body door closed with a rattle and shattering of plastic. MFers never heard a rusty POS square body. I prefer the sound on my KTM Adventure R, actually. It's a motorcycle. Good bit. We had a lot of Mercedes. Mercedes, yes, I don't disagree. Mercedes, far superior. 190E. I've never heard anyone say that ever. Y'all just be inventing shit for reals. Mercedes-Benz W201. W123. Old Mercedes has it. Old Mercedes with the vault doors. I'm biased, I have both. W123, Old Merc, or E30. I'm biased. Have you heard W116 door closing? That is opera. W126 has best door close. 70s Mercedes, hold my Jaeger. I like the ones that were a respectful no. I think that's nice. I think that's a good way to carry yourself on the internet if you must. Possibly. I prefer the 70s American Thud, but this is a close second. While 911s do have great door close sounds, I'll keep my old crackbox Ford, though I did enjoy the 930 sound so much. Nice cars, but sounds definitely not the best. And I don't know if that's a part of a smiley or they had more to say, but it was nice, it was polite. It was a respectful no. Then we had just some no. Who cares? That's one ugly car. What a bunch of BS. Not true at all. When the ear sounds like it gets compressed and pops upon the door being shut, that's a good sound. Not a door that sounds like it's got broken latches. Just sounds like an old beater door closing. No, go try muscle cars. No, that high-pitched spring ring is a no-go. I want a solid, soft funk. Sounds hollow as shit. Sounds like garbage. Not at all. You must be on drugs thinking those are admirable. Here's 2 I've singled out. Mid as hell, bro. Wait till you hear I think he meant Ford. Wait till you hear the Ford Falcon Anything Edition with a shoddy hinge and broken handle. The slam on that thing is unmatched. Okay, this one was a funny one, but I grouped it here because, you'll see. Hot take, sounds kind of mid. I'm not on board with mid, and I know I'm old, as we'll discuss. Like mid It's not a word? I sound like Andy Rooney, but like what happened to words? It's like part of a word. It's a prefix. Like can we just say things? Like can we use words? And then there's this. Bro sounds like he's jaking off to the sound of the doors. Oh man. We don't need to get horny about this. Oh, come on. I'm not reading that. That's considered pornography in Germany. True story. You're not helping my case that about this being don't need it to be horny. And then there was some general Porsche comments. 80s Porsches easily have the best sounding doors. I posted one and I explained why the 90s is better to me. Doesn't take much to make a Porsche fan happy. Ha ha ha. Best in Porsche world. Best in the world? Nah. That might go in the respectful no. Nobody is saying but snooty 911 owners. My 49 Ford sounds better than that janky. It probably does. I am not reading all of this. The guy basically said this is total BS, and then he basically said the 993 is almost indistinguishable, but there's a slightly lighter feel to the sound of the 993, and opening the 993 is slightly less heavily sprung. He basically agreed with me after saying I'm wrong. Probably. When 911s were built by engineers, not accountants. 993 is so overrated. You all really just dick ride Porsche over anything, huh? Alright. So these are ones like that sound like something else, but not a car. My World War II era fridge beats those, and I'll stand on it. Sounds like a can of Amsterdam Maximator. That's a beer. Sounds like a brick of cheese being dropped. We did have a theme with some of these. All sounds like an empty can. Sounds like a rickety tin can, which is basically what it is. Sounds like a tin can of tomatoes when you empty it and throw it in the bin. A Jaguar from the early 2000s cripples this empty soup can on door close sound. Sir, your clattery tin can is ready. I'll stick with the Range Rover, thanks. Sounds like a rattling tin can. Go listen to an old Mercedes door closing. Like a bank vault door. From a Volvo 240 enthusiast with love. Those sound like slapping the bottom of an empty coffee can. Oh yeah, we had a lot of Volvo people. Which I get that. Don't know, my Volvo 240 sounds better than that. Volvo 240, Volvo 240, fight me. You ever hear an old Volvo door shut? Best door closed, the Volvo 240, hands down. Volvo 850. Yeah, but P80 Volvo V70 isn't far behind. You ever heard the sound of Volvonium doors on Volvo 240? 70s to 90s Volvos sound exact same way. Some sounded like other cars. All that to sound like a square body. That sounded like my E46 convertible. I don't think it did. They're both doors closing. Sounds the exact same as an old C10. Hey, I like their avatar. It's like the trunk sound of a 93 Celica. Sounds like a Mazda Protege. I think a Porsche 944 group, like message board, made an effort to bomb this Instagram reel with comments. We've got 944. What about 944? 944, you gotta listen to it. 944 sounds better. Depends on what you're going for. If you like the last sound, you should close the door of a 944 sometimes. I like all the people that are like, just wait till you try this car. 944 sounds the same pretty much. 944 doors. My 944 sounds exactly the same. 944, best sounding door ever. 944, I don't know, boss. 944 sounds pretty good. Late 944 door. Okay, we're getting specific here. 944 doors. The 944 is a good car. There's I've just never thought of anything noteworthy about the door. And again, if it's about the latch and the thunk, that's not really what I'm after. Did I get all these? Volvo, yeah. Oh wait, some people agreed with me. Love it. Yes, agreed. These aren't fun. Yeah. This video doesn't do it justice. Okay, so he agrees with me, but I shot it wrong. Sounds so much better in person. It's a symphony of metal latching together. All right, let's take it down a notch. This is so true. Incredible. The sound, sensational. I'm gonna go open and close the doors on my SC. It's the small details like this that make me love cars so much. I'm making fun of the people that agree with me. This one was probably, this was just cool. By the way, the door close is a C for my musicians out there. Okay. Well, that's probably enough. Obviously, this is a very personal topic to a lot of people, and it's nice to see so many people take pride in their cars and the things they are enthusiastic about, such as Dutch beer cans. I know that I'm in the wrong. I made a ludicrous statement and then posted it as fact. I inadvertently did the thing people accuse everyone of, which is posting something controversial just for engagement. That's kind of a limitation of this medium. There isn't time to explain yourself. I still dislike ugly vertical short form video, but I can appreciate that there is a skill to creating something that connects with people in that format and skill to telling a story in such a compressed time. Those just aren't skills I aspire to have or have any respect for. I'm very old. Like look at my shirt. I'm an old person. It's fine. I'd like to stress that I don't need everyone to agree with me, and none of these people that commented are wrong. Maybe the 997 guy. But everyone is entitled to an opinion, and I'm glad I could start a discussion. I am posting this reaction video because I think it's funny, and I thought these responses would be fun to share. Regularly scheduled programming will resume soon. The response to my last two tutorial videos has been really fantastic. I think there are a lot of basic photo topics that I've avoided covering that I think I can put my own spin on. So that's kind of what I want to do going forward this year. So if you have any suggestions for what you want to see photo tutorial wise, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.